head. What's that? A skeleton with wings? Skull? Come here. What's dude? What's that, Ian? What's that, girl? What? What's that? That's a tree. There's a revolver. What's that? Wolf? What's that? Wolf? What's that? Happy in the buggy. He didn't get to the garage. What's who's that? What's that? Say, what's that?
Miami does actually exist in the game.
Bye. Huggy. Bye. Bye. Bye-bye, little girl. Bye-bye.
That's great. But you got your That's two Americans.
That's two Americans.
America, South America.
That was over the years, that's my time. And Miami has a big highway. So, that's five again. That's not bad. That's fine. Like that, that's fine. By a concept that is very close. 30, I should say. So, many persons. Very close. Set out the possibilities. So yeah, that wraps up my theory that over the last 6 years, but we have to focus. So let's get on to that. Next up, we have none other than Jimmy Santos. And one of the main protagonists of the Justice story. Born in 1993, Tim and his family lived in a trailer park in the Midwest while his father, Michael, ran a career of self-defense. So, 6 years after the events in Grand Theft Auto 5, Jimmy makes his debut in GTA Online as a supporting character done in Online. He appears in the first cutscene after players come to the arcade. He's a new employee working for the arcade portion of the business under Wendy's provisional store. He was offered the job by less. He was pushed ahead of any and nothing. Jimmy was only interested in the job because it was involving video games. He was later pretty disappointed when he found out it was working in a retro arcade instead of looking for some sort of whiskey. Initially, Jimmy was pretty much forced to blues and helped him out. You can actually find Jimmy hanging around the arcade in your arcade around. Then, next appearance comes in early 2024. Jimmy makes his non-speaking cameo appearance in the Dr. Joe Farm as part of a collection of the Top Shop upsell. He's frequently seen from afar, purchasing products from the burger shop in the future. His appearance is the same as the previous appearance in the time. Jimmy has no speaking role in the DLC whatsoever. And then in late 2025, it was revealed by both Michael and Amanda Jimmy, their beloved exclusive son, is finally moving out after all these years, indicating that Jimmy has made enough money from his arcade job to afford the place. So, yes, the last information Rockstar gives us on Jimmy is that he's moving away, which again, it doesn't really tell us that he's moving to city, but honestly, I think it's Rockstar hinting that Jimmy is finally moving out and could see him in the streets of Vice City. I don't think Jimmy will be playing some sort of massive role in the GTA story. I reckon he'll either be a small cameo, maybe an Easter egg, or a strange and quick mission where we actually have a little side quest with him. But maybe, just maybe, we could see him help find Michael's clothes in Vice City. Again, Rockstar adding that he finally moved out could either be teasing GTA 6 or just a throwaway line. Let me know in the comments what you think. Okay, coming up next, we have the
But you're not 18 yet, so this is a big dad.
Yeah.
But he said, since you turned 18, which I did not till Wednesday, he said, well, they sent it in your name because you're 18, you can handle it now. And if you have to go, you have to go to the Social Security office and tell them that you want me to pay your payee on it again, go into my check. Or he said you're gonna keep getting the check.
Oh.
I was rather have a clause of it in my job.
Yeah.
So maybe I can have I just have to go anyway. And then in there. Like still gonna pay me on like it's
son, Kelvin, not one that was said that he is the son of an policeman working on the government, and his wife, Trisha, Madrasa. And Miguel openly refers to himself as Madrasa 2.0. He sees his father as an old-school gangbanger and believes that the future of the cartel belongs to him. He's younger, smarter, and has more ambition than his father does. Miguel is obsessed with expanding the family name, and what better place to expand to is, of course, Vice City. Another crucial detail about Miguel is that he loves to party, and Vice City is perfect for partying, drugs, money laundering, and of course organized crime. I originally hoped for Mr. Faber to be the final villain of this DLC that is coming out next week, but as Rockstar just posted, it appears we're actually working with Mr. Faber and he's not the villain. We'll find out next week, but my original story idea is that after the actions of Mr. Faber and my GTA Online character, Mom Madrasa's family had to run away because of how much damage was going on. As we know that Mom Madrasa and his family do work with Mr. Faber, as Mr. Faber is a powerful person. So the aftermath could lead to them running to Vice City and removing their roots from Santos and setting up shop in Vice City. But only time will tell. Next up is, of course,
imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform. Describe what you want. Watch it take shape.
fan favorite, everyone wants to see. That's creepy monkey lesson. I should be upfront. I know a lot of people desperately want to return, but honestly, I think we've seen the end of this lesson. Let me explain where Lester's been. Back in 2019, Lester actually contacts the protagonist and sets up the Diamond City heist. After that, he helps the player of the casino all the. Later on, we see Lester living his best life, dating Christina, winning fun prizes, and honestly, just genuinely enjoying his time. Then, in 2024, Lester sells the ramen factory to a legendary character, who gets his one final email. Lester says, I have been bought this margarita and wine, and I received a sale to the old factory in the other. I should have guessed it would end up in your hands. Just about everything else in the city has. Nothing beats your time in there. P.S. Georgina says hi. And Lester has only been mentioned one more time. It's during the Mansion DLC, Safe Out from the Hill, where your GTA Online character finds himself defending his friend's mansion with Michael Santos. Michael says, where is Lester when you need him? And that is officially the last we never hear anything about Lester.
Yeah. Check it out, then.
And I'd like to believe that Lester and Georgina retired from Snyder, which could mean Jason idea to run into him, but I honestly think that is a lost time for Yasina. So last character to mention is a character that people have been saying is in return all the way back in French Japanese before there were homelessness living in here with dump. Someone was called Diamond. Now we get over to Jerry is a homeless person and is a veteran in the city. After finding the diamond, Jerry plans to take his wealth. He now divides him where he will start a young fans of the month. Jerry made it. Jerry, here was like, alright, gang. Well, that's one of the characters I believe. Very much so. That's possible.
Previously, I got gold in Home Depot sand, starting from one bag to a yard, and now an entire dump truck full to see how much gold we can find.
That's too much.
I can't believe we're doing this again. We're on our way to these extra dump trucks. Previously, I got gold in Home Depot sand, starting from one bag to a yard, and now an entire dump truck full to see how much gold we can find.
That's too much.
I can't believe we're doing this again. We're on our way to these extra dump trucks to go to the location where all Home Depot suppliers source their sand. It took some digging, but we found it. It turns out that the company Target is the one that sources the sand, and they build bags for Quikrete that then supplies the bags we've been buying. So now that we have a location, it's just a matter of getting there.
Oh my god. I can't believe we're doing this.
You ready?
Yeah. Oh well.
Now, the first step to getting to the location is taking the hour-and-a-half boat ride to the other side.
Alright, well, Paul, back in Vancouver getting more sand. I took the time to load this trauma because we have to take it to a different location to watch.
I volunteered our friend to help us run all the sand because not only is this far too much sand to leave in Annie's driveway like last time, but just the amount of water required to run all the sand is far more than what Annie's equipment could provide.
We're gonna unload the top. It's centered on there. And, okay, so we got the trauma in place here. We're short on water in this area, so we want to try to recirculate as much as we possibly can. I went out and I got this pool. I've been slowly filling that over the last few days. So I'm hoping that we can pull the water from the pool into the trauma here. I'm not too sure how much sand Paul actually freed, but hopefully this is going to be enough. All right, that's it. We're just waiting for Paul to arrive now.
That's true in this house. We've been here for years.
So while I wait this dump truck here, I'm just trying to form a plan. As far as I know, all the sand is already separated. They just mix up the sand and then they put them in beds. But I want to see if they have river sand and if we can just load the truck with just that because that's most likely to hold the most amount of gold. Now there could be gold in the other sand as well, but I want to increase our chances to find the most gold possible. So I guess we'll just have to. We are here, Home Depot's Motherlode. So what we're doing right now is we're just weighing the truck before the sand goes in. So once the sand goes in, we weigh it again, and then we're charged based on the weight difference. So I have some good news and bad news. The good news is, yes, they have this river sand, and yes, we're going to be loading this big truck here full of that river sand. And the best part of that is the sand that they actually pick up from is from the Fraser River, which is famously known for its gold. Plus, it's not that far away, so it makes sense. Now the bad news. They are uncomfortable with me filming with my phone in there. So the most important shot of this whole video, which is getting the sand to dump into the back of the truck here, has to be shot from far away for my GoPro. So our dreams come true. Oh, great. I'm broke. I'm going to be broke after this. How much sand do you think that is? Well, I think it looks like a little bit more than just a truckload of it. But I should have told them how much sand I got. Dude, like that is an insane amount of sand. Where are you going with all that? Where's it going after, dude? I'm already starting to regret the decisions I've made. Okay. So now all of this should go into this. Look at the size difference. I really, really hope this works out. That's a lot more sand than I thought we'd get originally. So I'm hoping there's at least 1 gram of gold in that pile of sand. For sure. Maybe even a couple of ounces. Yeah, that makes sense. But it's too much. Actually, too much. Okay, because I arrived here a little later than I thought I would due to a festival going on, and I missed 4 ferries, it's already starting to get dark. So what we're going to do is pack up and start fresh tomorrow morning to run all this sand. Luckily for you, tomorrow means right now. So something I really didn't consider is just how much work this is going to be. In my last sand video, we ran 1 yard of material, so 64 bags of that quick clay sand, and it took us all day to run it, and even did 2 cleanups for that day. This, we'll be struggling for a few days, maybe even a week. Now, before we begin, to be set up with connected pipes, leveling the column with wood, and checking Instagram. But an hour later, we were all set up, and so how you feeling? Stoked? This is really 10 times. So then it is, we grab some of the sand, we put it in this hopper, and then it goes through here, gets washed, and it drops down into this little spot to collect gold, orange, and anything heavy that may be in the sand. Maybe twice through the day, we would clean out that little spot, we put it into a children concentrate for blood, and then the next several days or weeks when we do all of the sand, finally run it, and we start so eventually we'll be able to and they go down into a shoveling all the tailings like what we did last time. We're going to use the field and put everything on the way to save on. So this may take a while. We're going to need as much help as possible to find getting through this in a decent amount of time. A never-ending pile of sand. So last time, I believe we had like 2 grand or so. So if it's anything like that, we should get around the 2 grand. Now, there is an actual possibility there won't be any gold in there. I sure hope so. That's great. Like, that's good. That just shoveling sand out of the water to a wide area where it can drain out, and then pump over here, picking up all the wasted water that we found in the photo, and we're scooping the dry sand off and throwing it to the side. It is a full-time gig. Because of the flowing water that we did last time, we're able to run sand a lot quicker, so we're getting through it a lot faster than popular. Andy and I decided that we're going to do a cleanup until the very end of the day, rather than doing a whole bunch of cleanups throughout the day. So I think that's a good plan. At the end of every day we're here, we'll do 1 cleanup. Something I seem to forget is just how much fun it is to work with Andy. And how sweet the Malcolm is with his camera. But fast forward most of the day, we're ready for our first cleanup. Okay, so we are done for the day. We got a lot more than I thought we would get done today. As you can see, the top is significantly less big. I mean, I don't know if you can tell, there's a bit of a dip there. This used to go up and around there. So I'm thinking, how many yards do you think we ran ready? I think we must have done like 4 or 5. Yeah, maybe 2 yards. By the way, we are pretty exhausted. said that was a lot of, I was going to say shoveling, but not kicking, and obviously shoveling the tailings out of the way. So looking at this pile of sand, it's not going to look like we moved a significant amount because this sand is wet, it compresses. So the next sand is dry, and it's going to look like a lot more. But still, that is quite a lot of sand we moved. So now that we are all done working for the day, it's time for the fun part, or the part where we see if there's gold in here. There should be, but there's no guarantees like always. I don't see anything that's how much moment two. Oh, heck yeah. Nice. Little chunks there. Okay. 2 people. This one's pretty cool. Yeah. Somewhere. Actually, really pleased with that. Even if it's in one step, it's really nice and just quick and easy to take the food up. Realistically, the amount that we moved today should be more than what we did all of the last video, which was one week. So what Andy's doing right now is just cleaning up this mat here where the majority of the gold should be hiding. And now that all the cons are in this bin now, the next time you'll see that gold is going to be at Andy's house when we use this cleanup fluid at the end of this video, which should be a couple of days or so from now. I'm really hoping it's going to be at least 2 grams. It's okay if not, but yeah, perfect. Day done. Okay, day 1 complete. That just means hopefully one more day, 2 more, maybe 3 days out of it. But we're almost there. It doesn't look like that, but we are almost there. We're going to find hopefully 10 ounces of gold. We got over 2 days. So Andy may or may not be able to make it in today, which means I'll be doing this by myself as Luke is also working. No big deal, we can make it work. When I scoop sand into the trough, I'll just have to run over here and make sure the tailings don't pile up. And I gotta make sure this filter stays out of the sand. So that's why we look some rocks here. Make sure it stays sand free. And as long as there's no leaks in the pipes or anything lights on fire or anybody gets hurt, we might be able to make a little bit of a dent in that. That we get a lot done today, that I get a lot done today, so that tomorrow, hopefully, get it all out of here. Fuel intake, it's important that the lid stays dirt free, as just not pouring the sand in the stroke. So if it's pre-filled, full bunch of buckets, to try to make it easier for me to pour it. You know, I don't know if it's going to make it easier, I'm just going to part of it. But the red sand for as long as I do it, it's about a month, so I had a break. Then continue to rub the sand. So we really want to film at all because remember, the more we go in the camera, the less sands and blueberries that go through the most. So we just ran sand for most of the day until we had enough. Okay, we're calling it. I didn't feel like filming today because I really just want to do as much moving as possible because we only have one more to do this. I think I made it. Now I know every time I point at the sand, I'll just point out how much of a difference we've made, but I think we've made a little bit of a difference in it, especially when we come over here and we look at the tailings pile compared to what it looked like when we started. Now I don't know waste too much time talking, so let's hurry up and clean this sucker up. And see some gold before we actually put it into the pen. Because again, we're not really going to know how much gold we found until the end of this video, and hopefully reveal 1,000. That's great. So right off the top, we get white sand, which is an indication that it is actually catching the heavy stuff. Actually see some currents in here inside. But it's in gold, and I don't actually will see gold right away because I don't think that gold right now is gold. Just kind of with an peak and see the sand. So most of the gold is going to be sitting in this first box. Now we do occasionally start seeing the gold when it goes over the metal. right there. See that? We have gold. We know there's gold in this. I would say I often get nervous because I'm like, what are these ones? Those are nice little bits. And again, it's kind of black center. Once the space is rich and the map is made, we're done. All right, let's see if we can change this. This week. We are not messing around today. We all want this done. No breaks, no blueberries, just sand. Blueberry! Okay, now the pile of sand is starting to look smaller. If you see the pile further away from the wash line, from all the sand that's laid out on the grass. I know a lot of you are probably thinking, why did you put the sand on a tarp? Well, in my defense, I can think of that. I'm pretty sure that Luke has a shop vac that we can use to scratch the grass and it comes out to let you probably Andy will be here soon and then, yeah, we'll really start to go. Just like yesterday, I limited my camera use so I can be a part of the team. Luke is under no obligation to tell what he has done. Outdoor camera must be on. This is the cleanest thing anyone has ever discovered ever. Came other than now, sand it down to the grass. So we got three. Left good to the final sand. We work done. It's finally done. Last time, actually not as long as I thought it was good, but it was way more work than I expected. I'm so millions of long work in my bucket. 64 more buckets was crazy, but 654 buckets. So, you guys could be wondering why I left a little bit of sand here. We just can't get it. We worked for hours trying to get it all out. But this, we're just going to donate to Luke's house, so he can deal with it now. So the pile that used to be here is now over here. We still don't know what we're going to do with it yet, and hopefully it's not my problem. So the only thing left to do now is clean up this trauma, put the cons into the bin, go to Andy's house, and do a final cleanup to hopefully reveal more gold than we found last time. It'll be very embarrassing if there's less gold than we found last time. Okay, right off the top, again, just like last time, the gold is going to be relatively small. It's probably going to be pretty some of these little naturally sticky. But it's gold in here, I'm just a little told he's actually a firefighter, so that's the thing. He takes fire from the house. Okay, so I'm good from there. That's gold, yeah. Still to take that off. There we go, look at that.
See?
A big flake right there. There she is. I'm way less worried than I was last time because I didn't know you're supposed to shake the mat first to reveal the gold. This whole time I was thinking that we weren't finding as much as I thought we would find. I think what's making a big difference here is the fact that we got a silo of river sand opposed to mixing it like we normally would. And being that the sand is coming from the Fraser River, it makes sense why there'd be gold there. It's famously known for having gold. Good to have it, that big. That is actually looking really, really good. That's fast. Yeah. I was going to track the camera. I think based on the amount of sand we saw, just washing that out, that was at least a gram, and we have 2 or 3 other whole cleanups that we did. I'm thinking we're going to take 2 grams. Any more would be amazing. Any less is still amazing, but 2 grams is going to be my prediction. Okay, finally, we get to clean out the gold. You can see the pile of sand that we left here from the last video we shot. I'm really excited to see how much gold we found in all that sand. And for this special occasion, I'm wearing a different shirt. So here are all the concentrates. You can already see that black sand and gold sticking out. So this is going to be good. Let's transfer these concentrates from the big tub into these Home Depot buckets. Oh, I'm hungry. We haven't eaten in like an hour. takes a steady hand, so I let Annie take over to speed things up. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see with the sun reflection there, but it's fine. So 24,000 24,000. Maybe two spoonfuls of it's so wild that we can go to Home Depot and find that. What do you say we start a business? We should go to Home Depot. All that work came down to this one mat right here. We should have got this instead. Like, why did we have to waste all that time spending all that time? Next time, we can do it properly. So all that sand, all that time, all that hard work, resources, and energy came down to this one, and then right here, we decided to tackle the this job and up this ledge. And first, yeah, I was sitting on my side right now. So making sure I go slow because obviously losing over this point would be not ideal. Okay, we are there. With a lot of fire. That's right, concrete, ways, gardens, satisfying part. So we finally just cleaned up all the gold. And now, look at all that gold. It's ready to do it. It certainly makes you wonder how much gold is sitting in the mud. It's a lot of micro gold, but also like the real deal picture. Under the microscope, beautiful stones. It sounds like a million of these. A pyrite, lead, a blueberry, and of course, stunning lakes of gold. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And out
I'm
of all
on
that
Call of
material,
Duty.
one little piece. So now we're going to dry up
I
the
was gonna
gold,
say,
weigh
don't
it all,
leave.
and then we actually get to put numbers down to see how much we made, which is actually going to be pretty
Because
fun.
I figured
Now,
that's
before
what
we
you
go,
wanted to play.
breakdown. How much did everything cost before weighing the amount? $150.38.
I put it yesterday.
Piping and hoses, $216.83. Now ferry cost $685.
It's like it wasn't that long. It's like a week,
I know.
maybe 5 days.